power before, but certainly.
Since we last talked, we lost Robert Redford.
Yeah. I I Amy Redford, his daughter, directed an episode of SVU when I was there.
How was
Uh,
she to work with?
Lovely. And kind of like had the Redford, I don't know if she had grown up on sets, but
Yeah.
she knew what she was doing. And yeah, I mean
It's
I
funny
guess
because
I
when
guess we're gonna see this, it's gonna be De Niro and Pacino and
yeah,
Hoffman and I guess that's the way of the world. Thank
yeah, I
God
think
you
we,
and I are never going to age, die, or decrepitate.
yes, right. We'll be here to haunt people forever. I mean, I think we all knew these things would start to happen, but it's different when it actually does happen. I mean, Redford, when we were kids, he was kind of like in that like pantheon of class. Like his movies were like almost always nominated for Best Picture and seen as these brilliant, high profile
Yeah,
films, but that never got too elitist to not be entertaining. Like 3 Days of the Condor is one of my all-time favorite movies.
yeah.
There's like certain subtlety to like All the President's Men that keeps it engaging but feels very real. And then there's always obviously Butch Cassidy, but in the 80s when we really started hitting these home runs, it was like The Natural. And then it was Out of Africa and it was like, damn, this guy is like a juggernaut.
It's interesting because to me, those two movies are elder Redford. To me,
Yeah.
it was kind of the one, two, three punch of All the President's Men, Butch and Sundance, and The Sting. And The Sting is
Yes.
actually kind of a TV movie shot entirely, I think, on the back lot over at Universal. And it
Yeah.
looks like a TV movie. And yet, I probably saw it three times in the theater because it has a twist. And it blew our little minds that, and
Yeah.
also they used blood pills to provide a little blood at the end when somebody gets shot. And I was just like, where could you buy a blood pill? I could use that in my daily life at school.
Dan truly immediately started looking through the yellow pages for magic shops and managed to locate one. And anyway, the thing about the Sting, you say a twist, you have to remind people that that's before a twist was commonplace, and it was a genuine surprise in that movie. It does feel like a TV movie, like it almost feels like an episode of Matlock, but
It
the
has
talent,
that, yeah. Oh, I mean, Robert Shaw was the bad guy
yeah,
before Jaws. Um,
yeah, yeah,
But
and
I mean, I remember seeing Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. I think I saw it three times in the theater. And I think we got to the theater. I think my parents took me the first time, and we got to the theater a little bit late. So we were in the middle of that scene with Ted Cassidy as the towering
Lurch.
guy that he kicks in the
Butch
balls,
Cassidy's hole in the wall gang struck
Butch
again
Cassidy's
today
hole
with
in the
a
wall gang, that's me.
Idaho bank of over close to
You want Harvey to do your planning for you? You
Cassidy
want him to do your thinking for you? You want him to run things?
Outlaws with them on their
You can shut up
foray.
now, News.
Oh, not yet till I get to the good part, Butch. Also known to have participated in the holdup are Flat-Nosed Curry and News Carver. I just loved reading my name in the paper, Butch.
Okay, so we just forget about Logan taking over, okay, Flatnose?
Well, you always said that any one of us could challenge you, Butch.
Well, that's because I figured no one would do it.
Figured wrong, Butch.
You guys can't want Logan.
Well, at least he's with us, Butch. You've been spending a lot of time gone.
Well, that's because everything's different now.
Guns or knives,
It's
Butch?
harder now. You gotta plan more. You gotta prepare more.
Guns or knives?
Neither.
Pick.
I don't want to shoot with you, Harvey.
Anything you say, Butch.
Maybe there's a way to make a profit in this. Bet on Logan.
I would, but who'd bet on you? Sundance? When we're done, if he's dead, you're welcome to stay.
Listen, I don't mean to be a sore loser, but when it's done, if I'm dead, kill him.
Love to.
No, not yet. Not until me and Harvey get the rules straightened out.
Rules? In a knife fight? No rules.
Well, if there ain't gonna be any rules, let's get the fight started. Someone count 1, 2, 3, go.
1, 2, 3, go.
I was really rooting for you, Butch.
Well, thank you, Flatnose.
I just remembered and then he goes over to, Catherine, Sam Elliott's wife. Like
Catherine Ross.
Yes, and her blouse kind of came open, and it was like this was the greatest thing I had ever seen. And then a completely anachronistic song, "Raindrops Keep Falling in My Head," which was probably put in by the studio. I don't know what
Probably.
but like we should get like and yet it totally works. And Paul Newman comes by on a bike outside the windows, and it just like that might have been one of my first, like, this was important cinema.
Yeah.
And Robert Redford was Brad Pitt times 100.
For sure. It was just his presence in that film in particular, both those guys in that film, just absolute magic. And Sam Elliott, by the way, is in the movie. He's one of the poker players in the very beginning. And I think that's where him and Ross actually met, was on that set. But yeah, there's your fun fact of the day. But the thing about Butch Cassidy, first of all, incredible pyrotechnics and stunt work, because it looks like the train car, when it blows up, blows those two dudes off the face of the planet.
Well, and apparently it was massively overpacked, and they were not expecting anything that big. And even like when they jump off the cliff, and it's they're jumping off a tower, and it's a matte painting of a cliff.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's I don't know. I mean, maybe historically it was such a fun movie, and yet rooted in, like, it was it was at the tail end of Westerns. So it was kind of like commenting on Westerns, and these two guys weren't the most heroic guys in the world, and it was funny, and it was those guys chasing him, and it was always like, who are those guys?
It was very funny in an organic sense. And, Nicholas Meyer, who directed Wrath of Khan, and I always go back and forth on this movie because I think it's one of the all-time great Westerns, and he says it's not. But his argument, in typical Meyer fashion, his argument for it not being one of the best is, in the beginning, it's got a title card that says most of what follows is true. And I'm like, oh, come on, Nick. Like, that's your reason.
I mean, but you know what? I'm assuming that there's a certain level of, it's like every audience member arrives at a movie at a moment in their own life. And, would Jaws be the most important movie in my life were I not 11 years old? You know what? I bet he was considered to play Brody at some point.
I think he was on the hit list for most executives at that time. Yeah. I mean, it's funny because, like, I remember him from A Bridge Too Far. That might have been Butch Cassidy. A Bridge Too Far is where I first saw him. But I remember watching Butch Cassidy. I love that moment you're talking about where they're like ready to throw Paul Newman out of the gang, and I remember they got to the point where they're trying to rally up the posse. And the sheriff's like, now let's go get those guys. What do you say? And there's a guy puts his hand up. He's like, I say this. And he walks up to the sheriff. He's like, he turns around and faces the crowd. I say what we need is the future. And I've got this brand new bicycle I'd like to sell you all for 20 hold. And the sheriff's like, what the hell are you doing? And he's like, well, I figured you got the crowd together. I might as well work up a few sales. And he's selling him a bicycle, which Butch Cassidy buys because he's watching from the very balcony where they're assembling the posse. And I remember thinking, like, oh my God, this is a comedy.
Well, that's, you know what, and maybe that was part of Nicholas Meyer's allergic reaction to the movie, is that it's about Westerns as much as it is a Western. And, the Westerns were, I guess, sort of morally codified and serious.
They come out of darkness, sometimes with thunder, sometimes with lightning. Their presence means death. The prison master was afraid of him. The guards were afraid of him. The town was afraid of him. Lucifer is coming for you. Rest easy, Jack Carr said in a low tone. You're in the final 30 seconds of your life. No quarter. No quarter. Kill all masters. Coming soon.